Hello, Reynoldsburg. This is Mayor Joe with the 12 o'clock show. We're here today on Main Street, getting ready for our first on-location program of the day. We're right in front of Tempe Taco and Prost, enjoying the wonderful scenery. Wanted to kind of start out here today and talk a little bit about Main Street. We all know that it's going to get repaved next year, but I wanted to, watch out, you don't want to get knocked over. Wanted to make sure that everybody knew that some of the things that we're planning. So what we're doing is, if you kind of take a look at our streetscape here, we're going to actually extend the sidewalk to about here. And what this is going to do is this is going to allow a few people to expand some of their patio seating. And with some of the stores that we have down here, you're going to be able to have some sidewalk sales. It's going to have some nice brick pavers, some consistent greeneries to make sure all of our pathways are nice and even and kind of work it all out. That'll start next year in late June, early July. So we're really looking forward to that. It'll help a lot of our local businesses kind of expand some of their space, and it'll make a kind of old Reynoldsburg, Old Town Reynoldsburg, a place to be for on a Friday night, Saturday night type of thing. So we've got that going for us. We're on our way right now to Starstruck, but beforehand I've got a couple of good announcements. We're still in our CARES funding program. We are going to be starting to deliver our next round of checks next week, so we're looking forward to that. We have a couple of big things. This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. is a winter coat drive, and that will be at City Hall, very similar to our toy and school supply drive. The Masons are going to be helping us out with that. We have the Super Braxton 5K on November 21st at Summit High School. Early bird registration is going on now for $25, $30 for it. If you don't want to run, I don't blame you. You can walk. It's only $25 for that, or $30 the day of. We have a COVID testing center coming in this weekend as well. It'll be at Huber Park, not Uber Park. Apparently somebody was saying that. It's at Huber Park. It'll be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. No appointment necessary, very similar to what we did at Hannah Ashton. Then we have a couple of food drives. We have our Heart Food Drive event, which is going to be on November 15th. It's going to be live streamed music from 7 to 9 p.m. They'll take monetary donations. And Helping Hands will have a food drive on Saturday, November 21st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 7453 Main Street, just down the road from where we're at. They're expecting some unexpired goods and non-perishable foods. And then we have our tree lighting ceremony. That will be December 5th at Huber Park. Some more details will come, but it'll probably be towards the mid-afternoon, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And last but not least, December 1st will be our first Tomato Festival volunteer request. So if you're interested in helping out on next year's Tomato Festival, this is a great time to get involved. Again, it'll be December 1st at 7 p.m. at City Hall. Look for those announcements as we kind of come on. So as you take a look, again, you see what we're trying to do here about expanding some of our sidewalks. There's not going to be the on-street parking because it became too much of a safety concern, but we're hoping that this will help kind of work on some of the issues that we've had with traffic. And again, allow some of these businesses to be able to put some of their things outside and let everybody get a chance to buy them from outside. Kind of a Fourth Fridays thing, that, similar to what Westerville does, things like that. So we're about to walk into Starstruck. It's one of our local businesses. You can kind of tell with some of the things that are in there that it's very, very pro-community, a lot of Reynoldsburg material. So we'll be talking to the owners there, looking forward to seeing what they have. Welcome. How are you doing? Not too bad. Come on and have a seat.
Welcome to Starstruck Apparel, Mayor.
Oh, we are happy to be here. Just had a chance to kind of start some things early on, talking about some of the programs with Main Street and how we're going to kind of expand some of those sidewalks a little bit, so that way you can kind of put some of your product outside.
I like that
do some sales out there. Are we good on the camera for the angles?
Yes, we are.
So we've got those things come on. So obviously we've known about you for a long time. I've been in, my kids are adorned in some of your sweatshirts and things like that. So
Absolutely.
But before we kind of get started, a little bit about your business and talking about some of the cool things that are out there, I had a couple of quick questions. First of all, how are you and your family dealing with all the COVID-19 and everything?
Taking one day at a time, definitely putting in all of the government restrictions, social distancing, masks, that type of thing. So we're definitely trying to be diligent in doing that. We have been blessed that COVID has not hit our family, and thank God for that. So one day at a time. Concerned, yes, but we know that we got to figure out how we can live and work with this, because who's to say how long it's going to be here, and who's to say what's next?
Exactly.
So,
Well, that's good. I'm happy that everybody's there. I know you were one of our businesses that applied for the small business loan, and we were happy to, be able to provide some funds for that.
absolutely.
You obviously will always want to support our local businesses.
Yeah, that was a blessing for sure.
Now, the boring stuff out of the way, let's get to the real fun stuff. What are some of the things like because the trends, what are you seeing that sells? Obviously, hooded sweatshirts, that's what my freshman in high school, the purple one is
Absolutely.
that, it's pretty much every other day.
Okay.
That's
That's a good thing.
oh yeah, so he's got that, and I'll be getting some extra things for that. And I know you worked with some things for the city as well.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of shirts from there. I know my wife, who probably is watching right now, she's been asked a couple of times to go through, because we've got our catalog for
Yes.
city wear and things
Yes.
like that, because she wants to kind of represent Reynoldsburg a little bit. But outside of the city stuff, we can get to that. What are some of the cool things that you guys are designing? What kind of things are being, hot sellers, that type of stuff?
Oh man, that's a great question. It's at this point, it's just within us, man. We love being creative, and it's all about expression. So, at this point, we have a term or a saying, right? So the world needs your originality. So we don't try to follow trends if we can. You know what I mean? Try to see what makes you happy. At that point, and from there, it becomes a trend. We're trendsetters. You know what I mean? So at this point, we like to just put it out there. It's like, oh, okay, people are actually catching on. That's all right. Let's see what rolls, and it grows bigger, snowball effect, whatever it takes. So yeah, it's no real following though at this point though. Yes, sir. We blaze a path.
Well, I know that, when I was on the school board and I had a chance to go to, more school functions, in a pre-COVID world, I know I did start seeing some of your, REYN
Yes,
shirts
sir.
and the Berg shirts
Yes,
and things
sir.
like that, and those are always cool to see.
Yeah.
Just, again, a little bit of a representation
Yeah,
about that.
we were fighting Reynoldsburg shirts for a while, man. Let her tell it. We were right next door to a very known spirit wear provider. So we didn't want to cross paths too much, but it had a very good effect for us, once it dropped. And again, glad to see your son is representing with us. Yes,
It's
sir.
kind of, just like any freshman, it's one of those things I have to peel it off and make sure it gets cleaned every day. So,
I love that. I love that. It's okay.
it's good.
It's
all
character,
good.
it's character.
So, one of the things that we're trying to do in the city is we're trying to support some of our local businesses, not just with the CARES Act, but just some of the branding stuff. So I know I see you have a little bit of a display
I
here.
have a gift for you.
Ah,
Absolutely.
all
So
right.
this is the core heirloom design that you guys have just introduced. So I do have a bag for you.
All right.
And another one for Jessica as well. So yeah, we're definitely utilizing all the new designs that you guys have created. And we are offering them. So you mentioned the catalog. That's definitely something we put together for you guys to be able to order. The bag is something we kind of threw in as an option. Comes in several colors as well, and you can also get different designs of it. So absolutely, we're all about promoting Reynoldsburg.
Oh,
We really are.
absolutely. One of the things that I noticed is for the most part, outside of like safety gear that some of our people had to wear, there wasn't a lot of like individual Reynoldsburg wear, and you didn't necessarily know if you're at a community event. You didn't know who's staff and who's not, unless they had the, I guess you'd say, the safety, fluorescent green type stuff.
Right.
So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and that's why I kind of like it. I'm obviously a shirt and tie guy, polos and things like that, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of other things out there as far as like the 3/4 zips,
Yes.
the hooded sweatshirts, the zip-up hoodies, things like that.
Right.
Polo
All
shirts.
all of that stuff just is a little bit of flexibility for our staff to kind of wear some things, because we are going to eventually have, events again in the city of Reynoldsburg.
Fingers
Yeah,
crossed, man.
so
Fingers crossed.
we're actually talking about the Tomato Festival a lot, because we're getting ready to plan up for next year's Tomato Festival.
Okay, so it won't be an unfest. This
It will be just a regular. Yeah, we're hoping for a regular festival this time,
Okay.
just because we're looking forward to it. So once we have our musical acts lined up, which I think everybody's going to be really excited about. Once we get those things announced and all of that, then we can kind of move it on. But if if we're at the Tomato Festival, wouldn't it be nice to say, I need to know where something is, and you have somebody in a shirt that doesn't look like a staff shirt,
Right.
But something that's just kind of
Elevated.
casual, a
Happy
little
medium,
bit,
yes, sir.
something
Yes,
like
sir.
that.
Come
Just to
see
kind
me,
of,
man. I'm here for that. You know what I'm saying? For that perfect lane. Yes, sir.
So, trust me, I'm trying to figure out how crazy I'm going to get with some of this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Sure.
I love it. We got it on camera, all right? I love it.
Well, I don't know if you had a chance. Believe me, I'm not embarrassed of anything with the amount of stuff that I dressed up as for Halloween last week. I don't know. Yeah,
We did see a few.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah. I didn't go, halfway in. It was just like, all right, let's go and see what we can do about all of that.
Yeah.
So, do we have any questions for anybody for right now, or is anything specific to Starstruck?
I don't. I have a question about an event.
Okay.
We had Christine is wanting to know if you could tell anything more about Christmas on the town.
I can tell you that we are hoping to have Christmas on the town. I know that there are still meetings that the Community Association is holding about how it would look. We're not there yet, so I don't really want to say anything outside of we're trying to find a way to make sure that we can do something that fits all the requirements of the Franklin County Department of Health, that can kind of enjoy the area and, try and involve some of the local businesses, but we're just trying to get all those details ironed out right now. Obviously, I know in the past, I think that's probably one of the first times that I met you is coming in off of Christmas on the Town with the little passports that the kids had and things like that.
Yeah, we've definitely been a part of that for the last 3 years or so.
At least.
If not 5,
would
because
say
we've been
at
here
least.
since the very beginning.
Yeah,
And we love that part as well because we give a lot of gifts and foods, and it was our way of introducing Starstruck to the community because a lot of people pass by and they're wondering what is it, what are you doing there? So we use it as an opportunity from a marketing perspective. We actually introduced those hoodies on that particular day, and we got tons of orders that day.
I remember.
It was
Yeah.
crazy. It was crazy. So we were hoping to try to do something like that, but we know that it was tentatively canceled, and so we'll see what comes of it, and we'll participate as much as we can.
Yeah, I think if anything, we're looking to find a way to get something to happen
Yeah.
because we understand that it's the age of COVID and it's all of those restrictions, but we don't want to obviously lose out on it. I know for me, it's a big thing to promote some of the small businesses. I know that the Reynoldsburg Chamber of Commerce is looking to get a little bit more involved in certain things like that as well, just to kind of make sure people are aware of it. Because I think a lot of it sometimes is not everybody knows what you sell when you're here. And I
Right.
know that a lot of things that you did a lot of online sales during the shutdown.
We actually do this. There's 2 parts to the business. So there's Starstruck Apparel, the brand, which is definitely what Jalil owns and manages, him and his crew, basically. But they have a line of T-shirts, hoodies, hats, pants, bags, you name it. And he's the creative visionary and trendsetter for the brand. But what a lot of people don't know, we also do custom wear, which you guys are definitely well aware of. We do custom designs for businesses, for people that want T-shirts for family reunions or birthdays or whatever that may be. We also do in-house embroidery, in-house, and we do screen printing and DTG printing as well. So it's 2 parts to the business. It's Starstruck Apparel, the brand, and it's Starstruck Apparel printing. And that's where we get into the custom work. We also have done tons of masks for the city, for businesses and whatnot. It allows you to really customize it however you need to be. So it's both have kind of evened out as far as keeping us afloat during the COVID, and we're definitely blessed because of that. So,
Yeah.
But it's 2 parts of the business. The custom apparel shop, it's Starstruck Apparel, the brand.
Now, are you guys open to customers coming in? Obviously, you welcomed us in, but as far as like
Yeah.
any COVID or there's like certain hours that you have.
Well,
All right, we can say this. Around 2 to 6 is when we'll for sure, at least someone should be in here. A human will be indoors. The door will be locked though,
Okay.
just to manage traffic or whatnot. Whatever, it can get overwhelming at any moment because we opened the door and 5
6
different
people, and I'm
customers
like,
came in. It was
I
like,
don't know.
we're open. Like, no, like relax.
We're not really open, but we are.
Yeah.
We
So-
prefer appointments, actually.
Okay.
Right.
All right,
Very
so that-
yeah.
social media, right. If you
Yeah.
can contact us via email, social media, or if you have our numbers, obviously,
Okay.
you know what I mean? There is a route to get in. But 2 to 6 is when that's your best shot. Just call in and see if we're here. And but other than that, we can set up an appointment where it's just, one-on-one, the door's locked, and, we get you taken care of.
Well, because I know that for some of our viewers, and we'll take a couple of camera shots around in some of the different
Please
products
do,
you have, but
please
if
do.
they want to, they can kind of follow up with you if they want to come in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Online is definitely, the savior in this moment, during all the shutdown things. But this point, we'll figure something out.
Oh yeah, it's about adapting to everything.
Yeah, man, we got to get some traffic somehow though, because we would like some people to come in. So
Now this is the quietest it's ever been since I've been in here. Usually there's some music playing, so keep in mind when you come in, it's not going to be like this. So, and,
I shut it off for you.
Yeah, we
we
knew that was going to be the case, but I just want to let everybody know that this is a little bit more happening than what it is right now.
totally
So.
you heard him.
There's a vibe, definitely a vibe in the shop.
Absolutely.
And as you can see when you guys look around, we allow customers to sign the wall. We're all about good vibes, good messages, encouraging us, encouraging others that read it. And we have on the wall, influence, impact, and make a difference. And that's kind of what we're all about. So whether you're young, old, it doesn't matter. We like to encourage, especially young people. If Will can do it, we can do it, anybody can do it.
That's awesome, because it's just a great story in general.
Yeah.
Well, I have a few things that I have to go over, if you don't mind, if I
No
just stick in
problem.
here for a little bit. It's probably a little easier to hear me in here than it is out there. Our Parks and Rec department had its volleyball clinic last week, and it was a great success, I heard. So now the volleyball season is starting up, and then we also have registration for Parks and Rec basketball. So that'll be starting up soon. I know that my freshman that's always doing something, he's already rounding up all of his friends to play, so we can go and do that. So I know registration is open, and I think it'll be open. I think they're going to try and start having some games and practices right after the first of the year. So we've got that stuff going on. We will not have a 12 o'clock show next week. Next Wednesday is Veterans Day, so the cities are going to be closed on Wednesday. We were hoping to have some sort of a Veterans Day ceremony at Memorial Plaza, but just due to delays in some of the things that we're trying to get out there, we're just not going to be able to have anything, and we're not going to be able to do it justice at the parking lot just down the way at the Memorial Plaza. So we're going to make sure that we have it all set to go in the spring for Memorial Day for that. But I do believe that there'll be some city events in general for Veterans Day next week. But after that, I will have Reynoldsburg City School Board member Robert Barga joining me at City Hall, and we are going to be talking about all things school. Apparently there's occasionally things going on in the schools. I don't know. Are they going to be in school into it? I'm sure there'll be some good questions about that. But Robert's a good sport to come out and talk with us on that one. So do you have any questions? Anything that's popped up?
No more at this time?
Okay. Just letting you know that there is a planning commission meeting this Thursday. So there's a couple of new developments that are coming into the area. There's some townhomes on Rose Hill Road that are actually going to be coming in by Ryan Homes. They're owner occupied at a pretty good price point, something that I can't afford, but that's a whole other conversation. But we've got that going on, and then the usual council meetings and things like that. Plus hopefully some big news between Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we'll have to keep that a little special surprise. So if there aren't any other questions at this time, all right, there's usually what happens is right as I'm getting ready to sign off, a question pops up. That's what it is. Well, thank you so much for having us in here. Let's take a look real quick around everything before I kind of sign off for the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's go over here.
So for those of you that are curious, my son has this hoodie, the yellow one, except it's purple with the REYN. I've got a couple of other cool things in here.
Now, have you signed the wall yet?
I think I did the very first time that I was here. If you asked me where it is, I couldn't name it.
I don't know.
That was one of those quick times.
It's your autograph, man. We're starstruck when we meet you guys, okay? You're the stars.
Now, one of the cool things, because I used to be a teacher in Columbus City Schools, I used to see some of the shirts that you've had in there for City League stuff.
Okay, okay.
And I always, once, from Beechcroft, always going to be out there. So I always saw some of those kind of things in there from the City League stuff. That was always cool to see.
Yeah, we actually are working on a new design for that particular one, so be tuned in. Yeah, City League is pretty favorite, so yeah.
We used to have a pretty good contract with Independence as well. We did all of their school shirts.
Yep.
So freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors, they all had different shirts. So we did that for a few years as well.
So there's a couple of you want to show the red shirts.
Oh,
yeah, a couple of our
You look the bird option too.
red shirts as far as the city things, and it doesn't mean you're a city employee if you want one, but if you want to buy one, you can.
Absolutely.
But it's fun. It's nice. It is a fun store. This is something that you're not going to see like in your traditional stores. And I think that's what you're looking at, is something that's a little bit more of a unique flavor.
Absolutely.
A little bit individualized, which is really, really cool.
Absolutely.
That was definitely the goal when we moved here. And we've been here now 5 years now. So we celebrated 5 years in September.
All right. It's an amazing store, everybody. I hope you can come out. And again, they do take orders online. Go ahead and check out the webpage. What's the webpage?
StarstruckApparel.com.
All right, StarstruckApparel.com, and it's STRUKT,
Right.
apparel.com. For the rest of it, because there are no other questions, we'll go ahead and, again, everybody, I want to make sure you stay safe. Wearing my American flag mask today. Normally, I've got the Starstruck mask on from the city, but today, just because of the election yesterday, I want everybody to stay safe, stay respectful. I think Reynoldsburg showed what it was all about. Everybody went out and voted. Everybody had a good time yesterday. There weren't any issues, and that's really what it's all about when everybody gets out to vote. So I appreciate that. Stay respectful, and as always, please put away your shopping carts. Don't leave them out in the middle of nowhere. Have a great time. We'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody.